Hello, friends. Welcome to the Confidence Zone. I'm your host, the Confidence Coach, Susan Axelrod. Hello, good to see you today. In your business, when you are in charge, you get to do redos. When you're working for someone else and something goes wrong, you feel awful and you usually take responsibility, but in your mind, you're making all the excuses, right? So yesterday, I forgot to change the setting on the microphone, and a different microphone picked up my broadcast, and it was garbled. So I am doing a redo today, confidently, happily, and I know that the topic is important. So I decided to do a redo today. I'm going to speak with you about journaling today. Journaling changed my life. On Monday of this week, I spoke with you about trauma. I spoke with you about the idea that 100% of humans experience trauma of some sort. Now, everyone may not experience the big, huge capital T trauma, the stuff that movies are made of, but every one of us does experience something that gets stuck in us that helped made us feel off or sad or angry or insecure, unconfident, low self-esteem. 100% of us. One of the things that you can do to mitigate this is journal. Right here on my table, I have two journals. This one was from last year, and this one is from this year. I recently took some time to go back and read through a journal from a year that was very difficult personally for me. And honestly, I amazed myself. I amazed myself at how expressive I was about what was happening to me. Now, I do have about 25 journals going back over probably, well, almost 30 years. My daughter's 31, and I started when she was 2 years old. And so journaling has been a part of my life, my experience, and ultimately my personal transformation. When there's absolutely no one you feel you can share your real truth with, that you can break through the secrets and the lies that you tell others to keep your secrets, your journal can be your friend. Now, it's possible you may not be able to have privacy in your situation, but that's not the case with most people. Most people can lock them away in a lockbox or put them under the bed in a box or find a place where you can be assured that you have privacy. When you expunge that truth that's in you, stuck, usually deep down all the way to your core, when you expunge it out through writing, and when you read through it years later, it is mitigating of the trauma circumstances. I just simply cannot say how much this helps. In my journaling, I have been through difficult times and I have been through awe-inspiring times. And I love reading about those as well. I call it journaling your journey. And the resulting feeling that you have is confidence. Resilience comes from overcoming something difficult. When you show up resiliently, as a Living Healthy List expert, in Living Healthy List, we are talking about resiliency this year. And so this is one of the reasons I'm bringing that up. And because overcoming the obstacles, the difficulties, yes, indeed, even the traumas can help you feel more confident. And then on the other side of confidence is calm. And that's where we're really always trying to get to, isn't it? So I want to encourage you to think about the idea of finally doing some journaling. Your journals don't have to be pretty, they don't have to be fancy. It can just be a plain notebook. The key is that you think about it in your mind, that you create a mindset of giving yourself the opportunity, to risk experiencing those feelings that get captured in us and to get it out on paper. Now, if you're in therapy, you also talk it through with someone else, that's helpful. I'm all about all the modalities. Every single one of us can, every single one of them can support us in this journey to mitigating the traumatic circumstances that we experienced. It's important to understand that the word trauma, as I mentioned the other day, I didn't understand the word trauma at all. I thought you had to be in some big, terrible, horrible thing that only other people would see as trauma. But I've learned that there are things that happen to us all the way through our childhood, all the way into adult years, and also even especially at work. There's bullying at work, there's insecurities at work, etc. And any one of these things may be traumatic. I want to let you know that I'm especially learning through my coaching that many people are affected somewhat traumatically by something someone else once said to them. One of my clients a few years ago told me I was doing some work with her, and I remember that she had a revelation in our coaching. She said, "Do you know that I think this is because of something an old boyfriend said to me when I was 21 years old?" And she was in her 50s, right? And when we really dug down and got to it, she had this revelation that she had been holding on to something. I don't know. The boyfriend told her something that was negative about her personality. And when you're 21 in a relationship with someone who's older, you take to heart what they say and you bring it in, and then it goes down and it gets stuck there. And that's a little traumatizing. It turned into something like being an insecure adult. I can't really remember the details, but I definitely remember the feeling of it. And so I want to really help you understand that trauma means different things to different people. And one of the ways to mitigate trauma is bringing it up and expunging. Now, I do want to be very, very, very clear. I am not a therapist, and I am very well aware that it is not the best thing for someone to talk to someone about their trauma. Some say that it's bad to relive it and repeat it, et cetera, et cetera. And so all of my work is coaching to confidence. And I have found my work here on my platform is to just share things that have worked for me. I have found that when I have journaled it out, it has supported me. So I want to be very clear. Your job is not to listen to what somebody else tells you to do, right? Of course, I'm not telling you to do anything, but your job is to figure out what works for you. And I just want to encourage you to consider using your journal to support your personal development journey. Okay? All right, friends, that's it for today. Another important aspect of a personal development journey is your physical health. And to that end, I am taking the rest of the afternoon off. For me, I'm on Pacific time now, and I'm going to go do a hike with my daughter and our 3 dogs. All right, friends, that's it for today. Have a wonderful afternoon, evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you tomorrow for Live at 5. Bye bye.